Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Welcome to the live drive of the 2022 Infiniti QX55. We're going to spend the next hour or so looking around this gorgeously styled Infiniti compact crossover, take it out for a drive, and most importantly, answer all of your chats. What do you want to know about the car? Do you want to know how it drives? Do you want to know how many hairbands we can fit in the glove compartment? We probably won't answer that one, but you can still ask it and we can still tell you no in the chat. So we're going to spend the next few minutes walking around the car, talking about it, a little bit of an overview, and get to your chats here soon. I saw there were already a few people in there, and we're happy to see you. So the QX55, really just a QX50 with its back end chopped down. It's like a little bit of a lobotomy for the Infiniti QX50. And it's always been a good looking car, both the QX50 and the QX55. It's probably not going to come up super well on the camera, but this is actually a very dark blue color, and I think it's beautiful. Blue is one of my favorite colors for cars, and in just the right light, maybe later on when we park in some sun, you can see that it is quite nice. I like the Infiniti design language. I think these nice wheels look good. The badge is a little interesting because you can tell they hid all the sensors for the safety features behind it, so it's kind of just flat. But I like the grille. I like those colors. I like their use of chrome. Overall, it's a sharp thing. What do you think, Liz?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah?
It really is so striking. You actually see a lot of curvature in this hood.
Yeah.
That reflects this light really beautifully, and this paint job is really lovely, and it kind of just gives it like a nice, soft, I don't know, aggression that comes out really handsomely, and the color and the chrome just really add to that. I like it.
It managed to be like, yeah, luxuriously aggressive.
Yes, yeah, and I think the headlights also help with that as well.
You have this interesting character line where it looks like the hood isn't closed properly, but it's because the hood overhangs over the rest of this this panel. That was something they debuted with the QX50 and have continued with this one.
That's kind of nice. Winged eyeliner, if you will.
And then, yeah, you can see, especially with a little bit of the sunlight, this big
That's gorgeous.
slope and kind of just a chop of the QX50's
I want to point out,
styling.
You can really see the blue right here, and it is gorgeous. But I wanted to point that out.
Yeah,
Talk about the slope again.
You can just barely see it in there as well, and some really sharp tail lights as well. So they're very large, kind of a neat design.
This design reminds me of snakes.
Ah, like snake skin?
Snake skin. Like the cobra. Looks like a cobra. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. You were talking about the back end?
Yeah, no, it's just talking about how it kind of just, instead of there being a traditional kind of up and then down, sort of chops that off. And that's been a styling element that a lot of brands have been debuting recently. I'm not a big fan of it because I'm much more function over form, but some people would rather have that swoopy kind of coupe crossover look and give up a little bit of their interior cargo space. There's still a decent amount for this size of vehicle, but it's not going to be as impressive as the QX50 or something with more of a traditional squared off design. That being said, fairly straightforward trunk. I'm actually a bit disappointed with this. Infinitis used to have like a very nice thick carpet with an Infiniti badge on it. This is kind of just fairly standard, cheap feeling. Would you call this carpet? I guess that's what you'd have to call it.
It's like a felted carpet.
Felt, yeah.
It's a felted carpet.
Right.
Pretty standard.
This is just stalled stuff. No spare. But you got your Bose subwoofer in there. We did test the audio system. It's pretty darn good, especially for a Bose system. You can fold the seats down from back here, but they don't go all the way without moving the front seats, even if they're just in a standard position. So you'd have to go up and actually pull those. Yep.
Is that a grocery hook?
Yeah, it is a little grocery bag hook, so that's nice.
I like that.
Yeah. But only one. You can only have one grocery.
Only one on that side.
Well, none over there. One for the whole trunk.
Right.
Let's hop in the back, see some people's chats, and check out the rear.
In my mind, I was like, we already looked at the rear.
Also, these are remarkably heavy. Go ahead and try to push that up.
Okay. These are heavier than the Tesla. Then those are quite, it's spring-loaded.
Yeah, very aggressively spring-loaded.
Very, very much spring-loaded. So you fight it, and it goes right back. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Show how much of a difference that is.
It's fairly reclined.
So the button's right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That is actually kind of nice that they can recline that much. So, well, is there another one?
Another what?
Another, like multi-reclinable stage.
Oh, I think you can adjust it, fine tune it from in there.
Yeah, so there's one.
Yeah, you just kind of...
And there's another one. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like to check those.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can sort of just set it where you want it. All right, who do we got in chats?
We have Miran Samadi.
Hey, Miran.
Saying hello.
By the way, Miran, I did get your Rockstar Club request. I just have been too busy to accept it. So.
What's Rockstar Club?
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, nice. Cool. That's Jordy says hi.
Hello, that's Jordy.
I think that's what that's supposed to say. Lucy says she likes her haircut.
Thank you.
Audie fanboy says hello.
Hello, Audi fanboy.
And Miran says, surprisingly, paint doesn't have that many swirls on.
No?
As in like waxing or car washing?
Yeah, this is a very new car. We are the first people to get this car.
That's so cool. It almost never happens.
Right, so we only have like 500 miles on it.
We're so special.
And
DCR Gamer says hi.
Hello, DCR Gamer. This is an interesting, put your finger in there.
Where?
Here.
My hand here?
It's like tight. It's like thick.
Also, they've got a lot of excess trim on here where they've hemmed it.
Okay.
And they've got it on both sides, so you feel...
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting tactile sensory situations here. I did see this earlier while I was in the car, and I bet you they intended it to be a cell phone holder, but I suspect your phone's just going to rattle around everywhere and slide because, yeah, it's hard.
Right.
It'd be one thing if it were soft and rubbery, but it isn't.
Not everyone in the car world super cares about rattles and such.
Yeah, I just think it's lazy. Exactly, yeah. Same with the cup holders. Put a little rubber in there.
If you had like two kids that would fight often in the back, one would put their phone here and the other one would just... I probably shouldn't do that with my phone though, but they would totally just wreck the other kid's phone.
100%. But it is nice to have an armrest. And overall, even with the seat fully reclined, I'm still kind of sitting up in an interesting way. But I could be back here for plenty of knee room.
Yeah.
Headroom's okay. You can see they definitely extended it as much as they had to before sloping back for the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty comfortable back here. The seats are quite firm, but they're also very new. So they haven't been worn down yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Some handles. That's good.
King J Jr. says hi.
Hello, King J Jr.
And that's Jordy says our Murano has that storage spot. I don't know why it's there.
Yeah. I don't,
like right here.
Probably right there, yeah. The Murano's a good car. I would get the Murano over most Infiniti products, to be honest. But you have a USB and a 12 volt and some air vents.
Ron says, I wonder if the Grom will fit without folding the seat. In this car?
Yeah, did he say which car? Or,
no.
Or did he mean like the GLS?
No, I wonder if the Grom will fit without folding
Not in
the
this
seat.
car, that's for sure. Yeah, way too small.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's going to come up on the camera even with our 1080p. Look at those beautiful fingerprints. That screen looking great.
You actually can see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You'll see it more when we move up front.
Right.
Very solid door handles. I like that.
That is really nice.
I also like the Bose speaker grills. Those look good. Yep. So if anyone's just tuning in, we're checking out this QX55. We're going to spend a little bit more time looking around the car and then take it out on the road and talk about this variable compression ratio turbocharged engine. There's a lot to talk about with that. Still fairly new product, even though Infiniti and Nissan have been using it now for a little while. We do have a few donation goals. For every donation we get tonight, I will say something nice about Nissan. Yep, Nissan or Infiniti, because Infiniti is just Nissan's luxury brand. Man,
where's Pittsburgh Man? When
I know, I said well, I don't know if you saw the video description, but it says I hope Pittsburgh Man is here for this.
Really?
One. Yeah.
Oh, he won't be.
And then if we hit $10, we'll put Alissa behind the wheel. And $20 is our donation goal. Help us recoup some costs from the GT500 live drive.
Yeah.
That was a pricey one with fuel. But, and Cash App donations count as double, so hashtag Daily Motor. What do you think, Liz, about having this crease right up the middle? Do you like it, or do you think it's distracting? I mean, it goes all the way. They even thought to include it here in the very, very front grille.
I don't really see how it could be distracting. I mean, it's a subtle element key that is there, but it's not really adding too much. It does divert the reflection, but I don't hate it, and I think it's kind of neat.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's a bit unnecessary. I think if it weren't there, like if it were just a flat, smooth thing, it would look more cohesive. Because I do really like these character lines.
Yeah.
And I think that breaks it up in a weird way, but
what I
don't think it
kinda
detracts too
about
much.
it is the point comes right to the top of this infinity point, and it creates a very symmetrical look, and I love symmetry in design. I love that a lot.
Now kiss.
So I don't mind it.
Huh. All right. Now, Infiniti's almost going along the same vein as Jaguar Land Rover of just really focusing on making beautiful looking cars, both inside and out. A lot of flowing lines, a lot of nice quality materials. Overall, a neat looking package. Surprised there's no panoramic sunroof though. There are definitely some things about this car that are simply a carryover from the QX50, like no wireless device charger.
Yeah.
You do get a USB Type-C port, so that's good.
I am wondering if this is supposed to be at the lower end.
It is a little bit lower trim, but it still costs 53 grand.
Oh, I was going to ask if I could guess it.
Oh, sorry. The window stickers in the glove box, though.
Okay. I was going to guess the price point.
Yeah.
And then I was going to ask you first if you thought that was a good idea, because it might not have been. Because I definitely would not have guessed 53 grand.
Yeah? More or less?
I would have guessed less.
Yeah.
I would have guessed like 35 at the most.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Right.
To say that, but.
Yeah, what do we, yeah, 53 for. This is the essential trim, so I assume that means scumbag trim.
You only have the essentials?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Also, we only got 28 miles per gallon in our highway fuel economy testing, and that's what the EPA suggests. And with premium fuel, only 268 horsepower, that's not great fuel economy for a car this large. I mean, you can get
28. Okay.
I'm not saying that these are at all the same type of vehicle, but the fact that Toyota can give you a full-fledged all-wheel drive minivan that gets better fuel economy than that,
wow,
you know,
it's
kind of like, come on, Infiniti, you've got this trick variable compression ratio engine, and you're making me pay $4 a gallon for premium gas, and you're getting me 28 miles per gallon at 70 on the highway.
Yeah,
that's not good.
$4. I just keep on hearing $4 for premium, and I'm so glad I have Tesla.
Right. All right,
comments? Not to be that person.
No, I mean, we bought it.
Nasser Show Master 1209 says, I am car. Let's go.
Fair enough. You're right. This is not a live sit. It is a live drive.
Miran was asking if the ground would fit in this.
Nah.
No. Nice little joke. Laturo Real says, greetings from Argentina. I love your content.
Aw, thank you.
That is lovely.
Gracias.
No, that's Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, Argentina.
Yeah.
Man.
I think in Brazil.
Yep, I am sorry. That's Jordan is wondering what your thoughts are on the new Pathfinder.
Oh, I think the Pathfinder would probably be a little bit better in different ways than this. My buddy had it, and it looks super, super good. I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit of Nissan-isms that I don't care for in it, but it looks great. It looks like a cheap Land Rover. Okay. Yeah. What would that Pathfinder cost? Do you remember? Less than this. Okay. Unless it's like
significantly less?
No, probably top trim is probably like high 4s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is lower trim.
This is a lower trim, and we're in the low 5s.
Low 5s.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Are we caught up?
Yeah, we are good to go.
All right, well, let's get this thing started. We got our nice looking stop-start button. And an interesting shifter that kind of rattles around. But we go to drive. And away we go. Infinitis have always put, at least most of their cars that I know, have put power adjustable steering columns, and I really like that. I had an Infiniti. The car I've owned, either the longest or second longest at this point, was an Infiniti M35X. I very much liked that car.
You had that car for about 2 years, right?
No, I had it for like 4 years.
You did?
Yep.
Caution, road with restricted access.
Yes, thank you. You guys are gonna hear that voice multiple times tonight because she likes to speak up.
She does not know what no means.
Unconsensual Infinity. Do you have this double screen setup going on? Double screened up on a Tuesday afternoon?
Double screened up.
And nothing really new going on here. You got your media down low and your climate and mapping up top. What is nice is if you do Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you get that up here. But still much lower resolution screen up there than down here. I've always thought that's kind of weird. So, yeah.
Ha! Miran says $4 in regards to premium gas is good for us Californians because now premium 91 is about $5.35. That's amazing. And the E85 is about $3 a gallon.
Yeesh.
Dude, I wouldn't even pay $5 for a gallon of milk.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad that we didn't move to California.
Yeah. We had a very slim opportunity to about a year ago. It was going to be LA area too. We could have been probably not neighbors with Miran, but
Yeah, probably not.
no.
Anything else?
We're good.
Cool.
We are good.
Well, we're going to try to demonstrate some of the weirdness of this powertrain here. And I'll kind of preface it with what we've got going on. So, Infiniti came out about 5 years ago or so with a variable, well, it wasn't that long, but maybe 3 years ago with a variable compression ratio engine. And to sort of distill down what that means, the pistons have to go up and down in the cylinders, and explosions happen, they get pushed up and down, they make power. Well, the pistons compress the air and fuel mixture up into the top so that when the spark happens, it explodes that and the piston goes back down. You can compress the gas and air mixture a little bit more or a little bit less depending on whether you want to prioritize power or prioritize efficiency. So what Infiniti did is they put a little mechanism on the going to the cylinder, going to the piston rod, and made it so it can actually adjust how much it compresses that air and gas. So when I lean on it and want power, it'll compress it. I think it's a little bit less or a little bit more. I'm not sure which way. I'm sure Miran knows. But then the opposite, when I just want to just putz around and get good fuel economy, it'll compress it a little bit less or a little bit more. I think it compresses it more for efficiency and less for power, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but I think that's the way it is. So when I get on it, that change can happen very quickly. It can happen within fractions of a second. So you've got that going on. Then next, you have a continuously variable transmission. So rather than hard gears, you have this rubber bandy effect of, okay, we need to spin the transmission faster so the engine can spin faster and get more power to the wheels. So you have that. Then on top of those two, you also have a turbocharger on this engine. So when you're just cruising along like this, no power on, no exhaust gas being used, but when I lean on it for power, it takes exhaust gases and pumps them back into the engine.
Okay.
And allows for more power. So you have three elements all adjusting at various times to make more or less power. So what that results in is when I'm just cruising and I push the gas,
oh wow,
you get sort of a thrusty aspect, and then you're like, oh, that's too much power, and then you lean off, and then everything kind of dies because you have three elements that all have to synchronize to make a smooth driving experience, and they rarely do.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was the purpose of doing all of that?
The variable compression ratio is, you're supposed to be able to get both power and efficiency out of the same motor, and as we can see, we have neither of those. We have 268 horse, which is not that impressive, 280 some pound-feet of torque, And we're getting 28 miles per gallon on the highway, so neither very impressive.
Okay.
And what else? Well, the CVT is supposed to get better fuel economy as well, and great.
Right.
And then the turbocharger is supposed to add power. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was never a big fan of this powertrain in the QX50. Doesn't seem like they've improved it much here for the QX55.
Interesting.
They also have pretty much the same powertrain, a little bit different, but very similar in Nissan Altima, and it's a little better in that product.
Okay.
Yeah, but not much.
Do you know why it would be a little bit better in the Altima?
I think maybe because the Altima's a little bit lighter.
Oh.
And the tuning might just be a little different because Nissan got their hands on it instead of Infiniti. But yeah, I don't care for it much here.
Infiniti is not Nissan's luxury brand, is it?
No, it is.
Okay.
It is, but there's still, even though they're owned by the same company, like...
There's some separation?
Yeah, they've got a few different engineers that can have their say with it.
That is interesting.
Yep.
Okay. So all of those three things baked in together is just too large of a package, and it doesn't actually work in terms of being efficient.
Right. It's like throwing all these things on paper, and in the real world, it just doesn't come out. So that's why, like, I appreciate Mazda. A lot of times with Mazda, you still have just a straightforward 6-speed automatic transmission. A lot of their engines aren't even turbocharged at this point. It's just like, here's a naturally aspirated inline 4, here's a 6-speed manual, go for it.
Wow.
And they're getting the same results as Infiniti here, busting their butts trying to make all this fancy technology.
So I wonder if people that would not know much about driving, your car salesman could tell you it has all these things and all those words sound so fancy to you, and then you're like, oh, I want that.
Right.
Because that sounds cool and that sounds like the best.
Yeah, it is a lot of marketing hype.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yep. And we'll get to some comments, and I'll talk about a few of the other weird Infiniti isms.
Broncos.
So many Broncos.
Real Broncos.
Big lot of Bronco.
Okay. DCR Gamer is wondering what the price max out on this car is.
Max, I'm sure you can get these up to about 65.
Wow. And they all come with this trifecta.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. We're good on comments. Is there anything
really?
else? Yeah.
Wow. Surprised no one had anything to say about all that.
They probably will. Oh, here comes Ron.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, he's got one. He says, for more power, it presses less because it uses more boost, but for efficiency, it compresses more.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
With lower boost, so it can get more torque in the lower end of the power band.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, cool.
And that's it.
Traffic alert. US 12 road construction. Road closed ahead.
We're not even going down that road, Kursh.
Yeah, we're not necessarily even close to it.
Well, it's back there a little bit.
Yeah. Wrong direction.
The other thing that's weird that Infiniti started doing way back in the mid-2010s is they have steering by wire. So the steering wheel is not directly connected to the wheels on the ground.
Okay.
And so it's essentially, it's like you're just driving a video game. And a lot of people appreciate the lightness of the steering, but it does create a bit of an artificial sensation that more driving oriented and people who just appreciate a more raw driving feel do not care for. I actually don't mind it too much because I like a light steering, but it does filter out a lot of the road and it doesn't feel like a traditional car.
I see. There are a lot of cars though that use that type of steering, right?
Nope, it's only Infiniti.
Really?
There's a lot of cars that have electric power steering, but they still, it's just an electric motor that's providing assistance to turn a metal rod that goes down and connects to the tires. This actually has a disconnect.
Wow.
It's just a computer. You're just pretty much pressing a button that's saying, okay, it's like using a PlayStation controller.
Wow.
Turning that.
A toggle.
Right. And then there's actual motors down in the steering rack that are actually turning the car.
Yeah. I'd really like to try that steering then.
Well, hopefully we can get some of those donos and get Alissa behind the wheel.
Yeah, that's just going to be $5 the
$5 on the cash app. Yep.
Yeah, cool. King J Jr. says they're not a fan of the interior.
Really? That's one of the few things I don't mind in this car.
King J Jr., what in particular are you not impressed with? just I'm wondering what your thoughts are.
Yeah. I will say that upper trims have a very nice suede right in here, like a blue suede that looks good and feels good. And I really like that.
This is just like a black leather, probably a pleather kind of thing.
Leather.
Leather. There's some more of that matching up here. Whoa!
I like that cross stitching.
The cross stitching is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna see cross stitching in a lot of new cars now.
Yeah.
Here's the above.
Black on black.
Yeah. Very neutral mesh kind of black material up here. Very simple looking up here.
Yeah, what's with the no panoramic sunroof? I don't.
No pano. And
personally, I don't care about not having a panoramic sunroof, but like from a consumer standpoint,
right?
I feel like that would be a must. Maybe in the upper trims you can get that.
Maybe in that, yeah. For 53 though, I feel like that should be,
yeah,
you know, something that you're able to get.
You do have cooled seats though, so I like to see those baked in.
Yes, I love a nice cooled seat, something we don't get in the Tesla as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And I also like how these climate controls are all physical right here, and like you have yours, I have mine.
Yeah, that is super nice. They keep it simple. I think climate controls should be quite simple.
Although you do have to go into the screen for some things like heated steering wheel.
Ah.
You have to hit that steering heater.
Climate button.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of a silly name for it. Steering heater.
Yeah. I agree.
Bump bump.
Overall, the ride and comfort, all that, it's very middle of the road. It's like a CX-5 signature would probably feel about as nice as this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a little on the low end for luxury, but on the high end for just,
Price.
you know, casual car.
Got it.
Common car. Yeah.
That is a bright sun.
Sun does tend to be bright.
DCR Gamer says you can get a GV70, a CX40, a I'm sorry, I'm saying these wrong. XC40, XC60, and the new NX. And it kills it.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on that. The
NX?
The NX is going to be so good, it's just going to wipe the floor.
Has that come out yet? Have we had it yet?
No, we haven't been out yet.
Got it.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good car. I'd even take the old NX over this. But that does raise an interesting point that why do all of these luxury cars have to have alphanumerics? You heard Alissa trying to read them there. You've got XC this, CX that. This is the QX.
Different manufacturers.
And then you have the RDX. And yes, pretty much like all the luxury brands. BMW X3, Q5.
The Model X, the Model
GLC.
Y, the Model S.
Well, at least that's models. That's a little closer, but yeah, you're right. It's still just a letter.
Some people abbreviate it just to the...
Does any luxury car brand make a crossover in this class that isn't just alphanumerics? Lincoln Corsair. Lincoln.
Yeah.
And
Ford,
Cadillac's XT4 and 5, so that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So Lincoln.
I'd like to know the psychology behind that. Why does putting numbers and letters together, why is that dominated in the car market?
Yeah.
There's got to be some sort of research behind that backs it up, making it seem so cool.
Right.
Something.
Yeah, I just feel like it's maybe it's kind of always been like that for foreign brands, and it's only been Americans that like their car names. I don't know.
Prestige. There's got to be something about Prestige.
Right.
Does this have ProPilot Assist?
No, and I'm gonna wait until we get on the highway for that rant, so stay tuned.
Okay. And Miran says the best way of living in LA is to get the house in Orange County, work in LA, and it just is a 45-minute daily commute from the OC to LA.
Well, it's good to know. 45 seems optimistic, though. We don't all drive like you do, Miran.
Well, he might not be able to drive like that in traffic. So, commute traffic too.
That's true.
Yeah. So, unless he's off-roading it the whole time in the desert.
Or has a motorcycle and he's just meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
Miran, do you have any bikes? I feel like...
He just got the Grom.
Oh yeah, he's got the Grom, and he also, didn't he say he wanted a, it was a Ducati,
nice.
The super, super high-end one.
Help us out, man.
It's been a long day. But it'll come to me at some point. Yeah. I want to know his thoughts. I probably already asked him, but on the Aprilia RS660. That seems pretty neat.
Is that a bike?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Let's go take a look at the outside again.
Okay.
Oh, this is another pet peeve of mine. Start it back up. You go, you drive or whatever, you're driving along, come back, put it in park, and the doors, where is it? Yeah, the doors don't unlock if you just pull the handle. You actually have to press the button. I know that seems minor, but like, I know, but it is locked, and like most cars, when you're in it and you pull the handle, it'll unlock for you.
Oh.
Yeah. Whatever.
Quirks and
what if
annoyances.
What if you were like panicking in your car and you couldn't get out and your brain wasn't working right to just press the unlock button?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
You're right. It's minor, but still. Pet peeve. Anyway, it looks good. I like these wheels.
The wheels are actually really cool.
Yeah.
I like those a lot.
They're like half silver, half black.
I like that about it though too. It's almost like an illusion.
You
You don't see all the spokes, so they don't shout at you of like, I'm a wheel spoke. I drive a Dodge Stratus. So it kind of just blends in and looks really neat.
Pop the hood.
I just think it's neat. Does this come with a remote start?
It does.
Okay, that's cool. Dirty for only 500 miles.
I thought that too.
Yeah.
I was surprised
Yeah,
by that.
a lot of hold my phone maybe?
Okay.
A lot of dust in this. Over here you'll see it too. Interesting amount. Must have sat for a minute.
DCR Gamer says Kia Seltos, Kia Sportage. Yeah, but those aren't exactly luxury cars. So I was trying to think of luxury brands because like Genesis, they went with alphanumerics as well. Miran, Google Maps says it takes 45 minutes. You can do it in less time because in Cali you can do 90 to 95 most of the time. So less than 45 minutes in the real world.
What? You can go 90 to
You
95?
can go really fast on the highway. It's like driving downtown Detroit, you know, on like 96.
I've
when
never
people-
done that in downtown Detroit.
Well, you don't drive there by yourself too often.
No, you're right. I have gone pretty close though. Whew.
Neat.
I really like this grill. I think it's really pretty. They look like little slim fishes in a school of fish. It's just really pretty. It's very sleek.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. All the angles in this car are not very sharp. They're very soft. They've put like a feminine touch on the masculine angles on it. And that means that it's geared towards women.
Yes, I would very much say this car is geared toward upper middle class women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a working woman that still like likes to take herself seriously.
You think?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But also is not like huge into driving. Just want something cool that will get her to A to B.
Yeah. Yeah, and this
Or a
does
dude
stand
that feels
apart
the
a
same
little
way.
bit with its slope back.
And it's all-wheel drive, so you know.
It'll get you through those Beverly Hills winters.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Huh.
That is a really nice looking car though. They did a good job with that.
All right, let's
Back
go
in?
and experiment in some of the drive mode.
All right. Drive mode time. I can't imagine this car with a sports mode.
Oh, it's got it. It's got it all right. A little bit newer key for those of you who haven't seen the updated Infiniti key. Feels cheaper than the old one somehow, but it is nicer in the functionality of it.
Huh.
What if you can remote start it from the inside? No.
They're just like, you're in it. Do it yourself. Press a button.
Huh, weird.
Miran, if you didn't live in California, LA area, where would you live? I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Probably Mexico. Mexico.
But for real this time?
Yeah.
Did you take that?
Okay.
It is a solid product. I feel all the material feels very solid, well put together. I don't think I can fly in here. The driving, feel the way the hood is and the way the car kind of reacts, and it feels solid and well put together. I feel like Nissan's always pretty good for that.
Cool. Cryptonix is in the chat. It says
Hey,
hello.
Cryptonix. How's it going, dude?
Miran says, I would choose the Texas.
Oh, well, that makes sense. That's where everyone from LA is going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where in particular? In Texas. The big Tex.
The Tex.
Also close enough to Mexico.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And Mexico.
Yep.
So we have a few different drive modes in the QX55. You have personal, sport, standard, and eco. Starting off with eco, it does this really strange thing. The gas pedal actually gets harder to push about halfway down.
In eco?
Yeah. And so you have to like really push through it. It like takes effort with your foot.
Oh,
It's almost like an ankle workout or a calf workout.
that is amazing. I
So-
want to experience that too.
It,
Wow. It's a real discouragement.
yeah, to drive fast.
Like a literal discouragement from going fast in eco.
The only downside is the whole pedal now feels mushy.
Oh.
Like someone spilled jelly down there. And it's really bizarre. When I drove it in eco to do the fuel economy test, and it was like, ugh. It does not feel nice.
Wow.
And then you go the other way up into spurt mode. You get a bunch of fake engine sound coming through.
Oh, I can tell how it's so fake, actually.
And the revs die immediately way down, but you manually hold the gears using the fake shifters. There's no real gears to shift through because it's a CVT.
Traffic alert. US 12 road construction. Road closed ahead.
I feel like I'm being chased by a ghost. Look at you.
That's quite cute. The braking is a lot harder in this too. In sport mode. It brakes a lot faster, I feel like. Or is that just you really being aggressive with it?
Probably just being aggressive.
I like the difference between comfort mode and... Ooh!
Tons of understeer.
Oh my gosh.
Listen to that.
It sounds terrible. This is awful. Yeah. I don't like that as a passenger. Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Understand.
Everyone in the chat say bless you.
Bless you's in the chat, boys.
Yas is in the chat and he's laughing.
Yas.
Yas.
Yas. Yas needs to get married and then he can have his Yas queen.
I
Maybe. he's
thought he
married.
already was.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yas, do you have a Yas queen?
He had a Mrs. Yas.
Mrs. Yas?
Awful.
I am full throttle right now. What is happening?
Are you
Oh, it's
serious?
because I'm in 4th gear. How do I get out of manual? There we go.
I'm in 4th gear. I don't like this gear mode. Let's get out of it.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Let's try that kind of driving in eco mode.
I'm worried about this corner. I typically am though, so. Also,
Makes
there's
you
a
feel
car.
any better. I don't see any way to turn the traction control off.
Oh, okay. Wow. You really can feel when you like let go on the pedal, it just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting powertrain.
Yeah, that's really crazy. All 3 of those quirky features just
Yeah.
struggling together. DCR Gamer says Porsche Macan, maybe?
Good job, DCR Gamer. Porsche Macan. Porsche has not gone with alphanumerics. Good on Porsche.
Yes, good on them.
Porsche Macan and Lincoln Corsair. So far, the only 2 luxury crossovers we can think of. I mean, well, and then obviously Porsche Cayenne and Lincoln Aviator and stuff. But at least in this class, that don't have alphanumeric names.
Does Audi do that?
Yeah, it's the Q5.
Oh. Yep, you're right. Okay. Stubaru is asking if this is a 2022 or one from 2013.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This does look exactly the same as the 2013 Q50.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Is it 22 though?
Oh yeah, it is a 22.
Okay.
I'm sure he's making a joke.
Yeah. Miran says, by the way, it's Ducati Panigale.
The Panigale V4 or something or other, right?
V4R.
Yeah, V4.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to get after he gets his moto license.
Ah.
And Miran says it sounds like Renault engines.
I would not know.
That's a French manufacturer, right?
Yeah.
Renault.
Part of me was wondering if I should sell my Suzuki V-Strom, and because they're going, like, I could probably get more than I paid for it at this point.
Wow.
Even after putting $4 grand on it, 4,000 miles. But I just don't think I could replace it with something that, like, I don't know. I don't think I ride enough to, like, justify replacing it with something that would be as nice as it.
If you sold your motorcycle, the one that you ride
regularly,
whenever you can,
yeah,
you would be so sad because there are so many times where you're like, I need to go do this errand. Oh, I'll take the bike. And you wouldn't be able to do that or you would, but the other bike that you have is not anything like that.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. Like, I was just wondering if I should replace it with something like a little bit sportier, a little more charismatic, but yeah, I'll wait to try to start getting some press bikes. I was trying to get a BMW R18 and they haven't gotten back to me.
Interesting. Yeah, says I'm single. All my money goes to cars.
Yes. Have you met my friend Miran? You guys should just be like a little bro dude couple. Although Miran's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, Miran's dating. Yep. I hope that's going well, Miran.
Yeah. Let's. If you feel like updating us, let us know.
Yep.
I feel like Miran just needs to become like an honorary like Daily Motor like employee. Speaking of which, is he a moderator? Is he a chat moderator?
No.
You should make him one.
I should make him one right now. So we have 3 then.
Yeah. And because Miran is like, you know, he's practically a Daily Motor presenter.
I don't think I can do that right now, actually.
Really? Do I have to do that?
I think you have to do that.
But you're a moderator too, aren't you? Are you not a moderator?
If Miran is and I'm not, I'll be so mad. No, I couldn't do it for Pittsburgh Man the other day.
Let me see. What happens when you click on it?
Well, I do that and I can report, remove, put them in timeout.
I don't think Alyssa's a moderator. We should make Alissa a moderator first.
Big mad, guys. Big mad. Just a little mad. Just like, how is that possible? Cryptonix is asking how much this costs and says it, looking at it, I would assume it's around 30K at most, which is what I said.
Yeah.
At most, I was like, it shouldn't be more than 35. Dude, it's 53.
Yeah. 53G.
I've got the paper here to prove it. 53.5, roughly. So, rough.
I'm gonna comment on here.
So, okay.
So I can make you. Oh, you are a moderator.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I am.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. I made Miran a moderator too.
Nice.
Cryptonix said I think she's a mod because she can put people in timeout.
I can, and I have abused that. No, I haven't abused that power. I have used that power.
Miran said I think you should get Ducati Multistrada V4. That you're right. That would be really cool. The only thing is, it's tough for me to justify getting anything Italian because I'm so pragmatic that it would pain me to spend, like if I wanted to just go out and ride and my bike were broken, like it wouldn't start or something, I'd be very frustrated. So that's why I do like the V-Strom, because it's just dead reliable. GCR Gamer sounds like a leaf blower. Wait, a leaf blower sounds better. Yeah, that's
rough. Man.
As Lucy said, don't forget to super chat. We are trying to hit $10 donation goal total to get Alissa behind the wheel. So
yeah.
Let's see those super chats. Yeah. And for every donation we get, I will say something nice about Nissan or Infiniti.
Maybe no one's gonna donate because they don't want to hear that. Yeah. And you also have to cue it up in your head.
Oh, I could come up with something.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you, Lucy.
What are your so this or mid-range A4 or Q3? Yeah, I know that's tough. What are your live drive schedules? Well, We've actually been talking about possibly switching to 1 night a week live gaming. So like kind of live streaming from home, us all just kind of hanging out, chatting and gaming, and then 1 day of live driving. Because the live drive, I mean, it's fun to do, but it also, I mean, it takes a lot from us. Like, yeah, we're live for an hour, but it takes time to get the thumbnail, to make, you know, prep the stuff on the computer, to get out to the destination, to film, and then to go home and everything like that. So if we go out and, you know, we love hanging out with you guys, but if we only get no donations or anything like that, it's like, makes it tough. So twice a week is a lot.
Yeah.
But at least it'll either be Tuesdays at 6 or Fridays at 4. We'll probably put a poll out or something for that.
Yeah.
And I think
Muhammad's gonna get mad if we do Fridays instead of
Muhammad
Tuesdays.
will be mad.
But he's one of many.
All our subscribers.
We do. And if you're able to coordinate car swaps and such, maybe then at the beginning of the week you could put a poll out for maybe. Who wants to see what car that we have that week, because we typically have 2 cars a week.
We do typically have 2 cars a week, and one, you know, it's sometimes one's really cool and the other's really boring or something. And,
yeah.
Although we've very much found out that cool cars don't always get the viewers.
No. Yeah.
So, yeah. What else? You can get the most pointless rotary knob.
What does this do?
It zooms in and out on that screen.
It does?
Yep.
I mean...
And you can move it around.
You can move... Okay. Oh, that's really... Wow. That's nice.
Yep.
Voice and map. What? Look at all this stuff. Full map. Dual map. I'm gonna do dual map. What would be the point? Oh, but when I move it, it goes back. Okay.
Yo, dog, we heard you like maps, so we put a map next to your map so you can map while you map.
Map.
And
I'm a map.
Miran said, thanks for making me moderator. I appreciate it.
Look at
The select...
what just happened? What did I just do? I went to intersection and then it was like, nope.
Up here when there's a valid route driving on a known road. Yeah, that's fair.
We will do it when you've selected the right thing. Such a girl car. And did it again for the other one.
Ah.
Okay.
Lucy has a joke. Why did the robot go to the store? Because it needed hardware and software, but it needed underwear. Wait, it needed hardware and software.
Maybe it has. It has hardware and software.
It has hardware and software, but that's probably what it was.
That's cute.
But it has software and underwear, but needed underwear.
That is really cute. Did she like call out to me and...
No, she just said I have a joke.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yes.
Alright, we've been sitting.
Should we do some more driving?
I think we should do...
Driving? Oh yeah, and we need to talk about Pro Pilot Assist. So for 53 grand, you don't get, not only do you not get Nissan's Pro Pilot Assist, but you don't get any sort of active lane keeping whatsoever. So you get the steering that's a little bit vague and the car's a little bit floaty, and then you go down the highway, and for 53 grand for a 2022 car, come on, just throw us at least some active lane keeping that'll like nudge you back in the lane as you're driving.
Or zap you in the seat.
On top of that, you don't get any sort of digital speedometer. So come on, it's like, ugh. Why would you, like, you get in the Q5 and you got all this like cool, beautiful tech, and it works well, and the car drives great 2-liter turbo. The X3 is powerful and it drives well and it gets better fuel economy. You get the Corsair with its cool like fancy sounds and it looks good as well. It's just, this is a really tough segment, and I just don't think chopping the back off this car to make it look neat is enough to move significant units.
Cryptonix is asking if it has adaptive cruise control at least.
It does at least have that, yes.
That's where it will slow down if you come up to a car? Okay.
So did my 2006 Infiniti M35.
Wow. So it's not new to Infiniti then? No. Okay. That's Jordy says, we're actually going to get the 2019 RDX before even looking at the Miran.
I do very much like the RDX as well. Although, be careful, 2019, I'm pretty sure that was the first model year for that generation. So, I mean, it's an Acura, so it should be very reliable regardless. But if you could swing it, it might be better to jump up to a 20.
Cool. Rel says, why they keep that old interior while the cheaper Rogue Sport has better interior?
Yeah. I know. Oh, this Jeep is coming in super hot. I mean, I guess we do that all the time, and people are probably like, they're not gonna stop. Ooh, let's chase down this Mustang. They probably about as much power as we do.
Put it in spurt.
Traffic alert. US 12 road construction. Road closed ahead.
Jeez, but we're louder. It squealed a bunch when you let off the throttle. Did you hear that?
Maybe it was turbo noise or something.
It might have been.
I actually really like the look of that. That's an SVT Cobra.
That license plate says Pony 95.
It's a girl.
It's a nice girl.
Oh, that is not a girl. That is a woman.
She's ma'am. It is ma'am. My brother actually had a little like toy model car that he made that looked just like that. It was that model year, blue with the white stripes. All right.
Sounds like a cat.
Really old, angry cat.
Yeah.
On its 9th life.
So we're gonna get wrapping things up here pretty soon. If you guys want to see Alissa behind the wheel, let us know and hit us up with that chat. Just $5 in the Cash App. Help pay for a little bit of our premium gas. Although, as Miran pointed out, at least we're not in California, so we're not paying $5 a gallon. But even though this thing only makes 268 horse, we're still only getting 28 miles per gallon on the highway.
Man.
Yep.
Huh.
But if we don't get the donations, we'll still let Alissa drive. It'll just be after the live drive, so you guys won't get to hear her observations.
Maybe no one likes it when I drive.
People like when you drive. We need Pittsburgh Man and some of his Monopoly money.
Yes. It's Canadian dollars. BG says, I hate this car. And Infiniti. And the CVT sounds terrible.
Here we go.
Yep.
Well said.
I don't think people want to donate. That's Jordy wants to know your thoughts on the new QX60.
That looks good. They've got a lot of new, fresh ideas going into that.
Listen to that bike.
It's struggling. And that's the thing, I want Infiniti to succeed. I don't want any car manufacturer to not do well. So I'm happy to see them actually breathing some fresh life into the QX60. So yeah, it looks promising.
Nice.
And the TheTopher just drove the Nissan Frontier and said it's very good, maybe even the best in the class. So that's a good thing.
There it goes. Lucy says, I hope you guys like that joke. Let me know if you'd like to hear more. And they'll be really funny. Cool. I would like to hear more, Lucy. Thank you.
Yeah, let's maybe get one more tonight, and then if you can sprinkle them into future live drives, that
would be really cute. Yeah.
Down for some jokes.
Thank you. Cryptonix is asking if there's any way to turn off the fake sound. It just sounds terrible.
Maybe. We'll check that out here in a second. I'll probably forget, but maybe in the personal settings.
Okay. Yeah.
We
just like tumble. Jeez. And Miran says you can get a super low mile 17 Macan Turbo for 45 to 60K instead of the QX55, and you can get an extended warranty on it, so no worries if it breaks.
Yeah, I would do that 10 out of 10 times over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Macan is an awesome car. It's almost like a cheater because it's practically just a hatchback, but it drives so well. Gosh, it does.
Nice.
Caution, road with restricted access.
And the Macan's not going to do that.
Every time you come into work, if you were to work in this complex.
Right.
Yeah.
There's probably a way to turn that off, but still, it's annoying.
BG just donated $2.99.
Hey, thanks, BG.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So, something nice about Nissan. I think that all of their new products look really good, and the Sentra is a really great product. 5 drive on a speed.
Little sedan.
Has
We did not. It was bad.
it was
So we don't- yeah. Don't mind saying. Yeah. There's these. When you have a screwdriver at the end of your name.
screwdriver. Your name. Your sorry?
I just don't know.
And give
It doesn't mean
you say the joke or yes?
this was because she's
No. You're married. The thing's yeah, it's me.
and asking when
Probably the month or September.
Okay.
A lot of cars Tucson. Oh, and until I am on the cruise. 2 exciting products randomly. So products on bridge is in head and then California, Santa Cona. Those are meets. Coverage. Any you want to just let me. And should be well and good.
isn't the around our neighborhood street has
Oh.
because we're gonna drive away from an
Oh.
but
No one's serving the
okay.
Porsche. Although, you know, sure because driving there, free. I mean, Jeff is really a lot of they come down overall. I used to be more it's actually kind of a bit more the GL platform there thing. Lincoln kind of nicely the Lincoln product. Yeah.
Cool.
Not Cadillac.
Yeah. It's been
Mercedes really annoying. Funny to on at some point. He's driving us. So he's on the well, probably doesn't have on.
right. And is there any 2024?
That reminds me about it. I'm sure I've asked about a 4 to 8 p.m. I'll search. This is last.
To be a moderator. Yeah. You have to jokes and little thing. And we're about to stream. So
I think this is hot.
it
Vent.
no. I'm just
Yeah.
so
Huh?
oh, I been really hard to has been for you
Right.
last year.
So first, I feel X said it should be pipeline. We did, and was out. XC recharge happening. Yep. So I'm on just about us, but I feel do some.
The LS. I like don't ever ask to see any of these foundations next to each other.
List.
Yeah. Oh
We usually have
It's terrible.
we should hopefully you got any of that.
Right.
Up at all.
No.
Hashtag right.
Hot problem.
Maybe we should.
What are you talking
Okay, so we should have just enough to hopefully finish this one out. It's probably not gonna be super great quality because we're just phone hotspotting, but certainly better than the hotspot we had. So.
Do you think it's worth saying all those things again?
We can do a quick recap, yeah, because I don't know how much you guys heard, but we asked about the A4 and the TLX Type S about 2 months ago, but we'll ask again. And luxury brands I like: Porsche, Lincoln, BMW.
Lincoln, eh?
Yeah. And we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
Let's hop out.
Okay.
Oh, and Lucy said, or Alyssa said Lucy can become a moderator after 20 jokes.
Everyone's saying the stream's much better.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's really weird. You know, we try so many different things, right? Tonight, it was a Verizon hotspot and was working great for like the first half of the live drive. I almost wonder if maybe like the GoPro freaks out halfway through streams sometimes when it's trying to process all this data. I don't know. We try T-Mobile, we try Verizon, we try phone, we try hotspot.
And if there's any other way to do a stream that's better than using GoPro, we will try it.
Yeah, the reason we don't do phone, like mobile, is because there's no stabilization.
Yeah.
The GoPro provides a stabilization aspect, and when you do it through the phone, it's very shaky. So, yeah, both iPhone and Android Pixel cameras. So,
Right.
But we're gonna keep trying because we like doing this.
Yeah, we do. We enjoy it.
Yeah.
Subaru said, not gonna lie, the exterior does look really pretty.
It does.
It does.
See, you got to be able to say the good things that cars do.
Yeah.
It's very rare that a car is a complete flop.
Right.
Even the Dodge Journey provided 3 rows of seating for a low price.
And that GT500 was cool.
Yeah, very fast, very capable. What else we got before we wrap it?
We are good.
All good?
We are good to go.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Sorry for those connection issues there near the end. We will be back probably Friday with a gaming stream because I will just be getting in from California that night, and we'll probably have Nathan tune on and do some streaming and stuff. And then next week we will have, I don't know, I think we have a Honda Odyssey coming up and a Buick Envision or something.
Wow.
Buick's really bad with names because they have a bunch of models that start with E. Encore, Envision. See, I can't even remember any more of them because I only remember 2. They have an Encore and an Encore GX, which is a totally different model than the Encore.
Oh, that's really weird.
Really stupid. Yeah, so yeah, awful naming. And we'll see you on the next one. We're Charlie and Alyssa from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.